Hi, everybody. I'm here with Josh Rigling. He's one of our artists of the first hour, I could say. Josh, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great.
I know you've been very active in the field for quite a while, which is why I thought I will start our artist interview series with you.
Mhm.
And I know that you're working not only with crypto art, but also with music. I saw sculptures. I even saw like a large, very large sculpture in the woods.
Yeah.
You do HTML and also digital art as we can find it on Elementum. What would you say? What is the essence of your works? Is there such a thing?
Maybe. In terms of digital art, I really like the generative stuff where you take something that you've captured from reality, like a video or a photo or something, or some found footage, and then you ask the computer to keep processing it. What my current kick is I will remove elements of that footage or whatever it may be, um, quite a bit of it, and then have the computer guess at what's there, and then remove a little bit more, and so on and so forth, until you have dozens of passes on it, and then you get these really, I think pretty interpretations of what the computer sees for our reality. In terms of other work, I like to explore kind of that same type of boundary between the digital and physical worlds. You mentioned that forest project I did,
Hmm.
and that was really fun. We put in over 1,000 lights on a mountainside, and they were on little batteries, so they would only last for 24 hours, and strung them up over about 5 acres. And when it all kind of aligned at the same time, it was this really beautiful experience to meander through the forest with all these little lights. And then as the night went on, it was a long night. They all started to flicker out, kind of like the stars. And I think a lot of the work that I'm drawn to are these ephemeral projects.
Hmm.
And that's the same thing with the digital art. Where like some of the stuff that I'm doing with you all, it's like, yes, it's permanent for now, but it probably won't outlast, if I were doing a marble sculpture or something, and then buried it in some ash somewhere, to be found thousands of years later. But you never know. I mean, who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows? Obviously, I've been snooping around your website, and there was one work that caught my eye. Susan Thyme, is that what you call her?
Oh yeah, Susan Time. Yeah, that's one of
Thyme.
my very early projects.
Yeah, well, I would just like to talk about it a little bit. I saw it's an older work from 2012,
Mhm.
and it's her website. It's
Yeah.
like interpretation of her website. She's a curator, right?
Yes. Yep. A gallerist out
A
of New York.
gallerist, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And then, so when you go on the website, you just see her name coming and going, and then there is a list of artists, and there's not much about the artists. You can find out, and if you press on the name and it's your name, then you can just send Susan an email inquiring about you. Yeah, there is this button says help, and when you actually push it, it says Susan Thyme says geocode was not successful for the following reason, request denied. And then
Yeah.
you have only one option you can push OK. Is that how you see the art world?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because there's a very high barrier to get into the art world and actually make a living from it. But if you want to, show in top level galleries, uh, if you approach one of those cold, you'll get a similar message to that. So I used Susan Time. I actually had little business cards that I would carry around from her gallery, and I would give those out when I was just starting out in the field, when I was doing rounds in New York and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm represented by this gallery, and people would believe it, and then every once in a while someone would realize what the deal was, and it would actually lead to solid connections that I still have to this day. So so it worked out really well. But I love things like that. Just these conceptual winks at the art world. It's an interesting market. It's a huge market, but the barrier of entry is very high if you want to make a proper living at it.
Mm-hmm. So, do you make a proper living?
As an artist, it depends. I could it right now, but I would have to have I guess a more scaled back lifestyle. I wouldn't be able to afford all the technology that I do use in my projects. So I work as a consultant as well, and of course, business consulting pays much better than the level of art that I'm at now.
I would like to talk about the changes this year brought.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we all know this year has been crazy in many ways, but it also boosted the market for crypto art.
Yeah, so this year, I feel kind of guilty about it, but it's actually been pretty good for me and my career, and also the interest in collecting these crypto pieces, which I've been able to sell on private channels just through my wallet that I have there with collectors who I have a previous relationship with that would buy physical pieces, which is super fascinating because some of these people I would never think would be interested in buying digital only pieces, but it's very, very cool to have them kind of come on board and be like, oh yeah, like actually that stuff you were talking about seems like a good way to park $1,000 here or there. I do still think it's very new. Definitely not a mainstream form of collecting art, but give it, let's see what happens over the next 10 years, and the trajectory of what's been happening in the world over the past year. Maybe give it that little kick in order to open people's eyes up to a little bit more. Things in the art market tend to go pretty slow, and we have these titans and legends who are still at the top of the high art market, and you get sometimes these emerging artists that come in and make a big splash, but then they struggle to maintain their footing. So there's still this outlook by the high level collectors of who's the coolest, most sound investment I can do right now, and I think that the art market itself should be a little bit more democratized, because there are a lot of very talented artists that absolutely deserve to be in the realm of these top level collectors, and don't necessarily want to or have the ability to be auctioned off at Christie's. But I think that the crypto market is a way to allow that to happen, because you can buy something for like one Ethereum token. You can buy something for that and then hold on to it, and it might go way up in a year, and that's just the coin. So that's what's really fascinating about it, because the coin is tied to the value of the art. So you have these kind of two sides in play. You have the artist's reputation, which is something that collectors are always aware of, and then you also have the value of the currency. But I think that this way of trading art, will come to the forefront a bit more, because it allows people to invest kind of at lower levels, and you can go online and partake in one of these markets, and you can make an investment that's a little bit more modest, but it will, you know, there's a good chance that the artist's reputation and the price of the coin will go up, and then you know, you have a sound investment there. That's why I think it's great what you all are doing, and how you've adopted, you know, the verifying it through the blockchain. I think that's really smart. I think that artists should definitely be open to it, especially if you do digital art, even a little bit of it, you know, original pieces, because it really is a great, you know, kind of almost a passive income stream. You know, if you put a piece out there and edition it, because it's just another channel for artists to kind of, you know, go out and make a little bit of an extra living. You know, it's similar to, I guess, you know, years ago when you would set up a little craft booth, you know, and sell like stickers and pins. But this is more of a fine art take on it, which I absolutely love. You know, you're taking the mix between these high level galleries and these little craft booths, and you've got it right in there also with all the cool spin of the new emerging tech. Like that's awesome. And I think it's really exciting, and I think that that's something that that is really special. I love your platform because, you know, you do have these relationships with the artists. You act very much so like a gallery, in my opinion, and I think that's the right way to go about it. The other platforms are very hands off, and others are maybe a bit too white glove treatment the whole way. So there's this, you know, there isn't really a standard model yet, and I think what you're doing is great. So I want your platform to succeed, and I really like how you all are going about it. You know, because I have worked with a bunch of these companies over the years, but you all are great. I'm so honored to be a part of it.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.